What's good, YouTube? This is Ray Drill. So in today's video, I'm gonna be showing y'all a few meta setups from the trips tight end formation. So if you enjoyed this video, go drop a like on the video right now. Go ahead and sub and turn on post notifications on. Now, before I do get into the video, I do ask if you find any value whatsoever throughout the video, or if you just find this video enjoyable and you learn something. I would appreciate if you watch at least 30 seconds of any ad that you may see throughout the video, because if you didn't know, when you skip that, I actually don't get paid for that video, and I plan on becoming a full-time YouTuber, so I would greatly appreciate that. So before I do dive into this, so again, this video is for trips tight end, and it's going over the meta setups like as of right now. So I'm actually gonna come out with a part 2, and I'm gonna show my favorite personal setups from trips tight end. But for part 1, it's gonna be going over setups maybe that you've seen before from your favorite streamers, pro players, that you just didn't understand why they set it up that way or what that setup is targeting, and I'm gonna go over that in this video. And again, part 2 is gonna go more in detail about things that I like, setups that I personally run myself. So just needed to make sure I get that out there, that these aren't my setups, I just know the meta setup. So again, let's go and hop into this. So what I like having my best receiver right here in this position, and you'll see why it's important. Now for this offense, you do need a tight end apprentice, so that's why I have George Kittle and I chose the 49ers. This is the only must with this meta scheme. Now y'all know I normally don't do any kind of combos using hot route masters or slot apprentices, tight end apprentices. I normally don't do that, but for the sake of part 1 and part 2, I am. So that's just something I needed to make sure I got out there. Now the 2 plays I'm talking about doubles in cell, and I'm going to talk about curl flat, because those are by far the most popular plays when it comes to trips tight end as of right now. So let's start off with double in cell, because there's actually like a few setups that are actually really good out of this. So let's go to big nickel, and then let's just go to cover 3. So you always want to make sure that you run this with your 3 receivers to the wide side of the field. Now for the first setup, it's actually called the post slant. That's normally what they refer to it as, the post slant setup. So for all you have to do for that, you just want to take X, put them on a post, take circle, put them on a slant, take triangle, put them on a hitch, and you want to take square and put him on a flat route just like this, or smoke screen, excuse me. So R2 for smoke screen. So this is what it's going to look like. Now this is actually going against cover 3, and I'm gonna quickly explain after I run it why this setup is so good. Hopefully I don't get hollered at, because I am on all Madden. I was waiting on X to get open right there, and the reason that this works, actually I'm not gonna say it right now. I'm actually just gonna hop into replay so you can fully understand why the pros and everything really love this route concept. So let's start off with the slant, right? So the slant, this is actually going to get open, because this flat route by the running back is going to pull down any curl flats, and if there's zone dropping this curl flat, then the curl flat will be up in here somewhere. So what, we'll just take this right here, right? So what you're going to notice is, boom, we have this gap right here that's created. We could easily pass lead that up, you know, get about 15-20 yards off of that. So the user has to play that, right? Now let's take a look at this side. So what we have here, we have a stop route that's going to pull down this flat defender, and we have a hitch that's going to pull down this hook curl. So you see how he kind of like, well, he pulls down at first and he goes back up, but he's not going to match that, of course, because it's not match coverage. Even if it was match coverage, it still would bust match coverage, and I'll get into that in a second. But you can tell it's going to leave a nice little pocket right there. So if there's zone dropping, then he would be back there, and then we take him. And as you can tell, we can still throw this hitch. So we essentially have what? We have 1, 2, 3 things that could potentially get open. So the user cannot guard 3 people. So, you know, of course, if you run with the receiver, we hit the tight end. If this is covered, we hit here, or if this is covered, you know, we'll hit there. So that's how you kind of read that. So you can already kind of see why pros really love this setup. So let me show you how that looks against cover 2. Let's go and press right here. Hopefully I have enough time. So again, just take X, put them on a post, take circle, put them on a slant, take triangle, put them on a hitch, take square, put them on a smoke screen just like this. And you're gonna notice pretty much the same thing is gonna happen as long as I don't get hollered at. So you can tell, oh, I didn't mean to throw that. You want to take down low, so you just want to make that easy read. You don't want to do what I just did and force that. I kind of was just doing that to buy a little time, but in a real game scenario, I would have probably just took this right here. I believe that was open. No, it was actually this right here. I would have just took this in real game. You see him back off, then we just know that we could throw this, gain our yards, which this is mostly likely what it'll look like in a game, because most people do zone drop when they play Madden as of now. So he would be somewhere maybe up in here in the 50 maybe. So we would actually just throw that, take our little easy gain, and then let's take a look at this side. So you can tell right here we have our well, I wouldn't throw that just yet, but you still can. They're not going to be able to jump that. I'll show you that here in a second that you can throw that. But essentially you're making the user choose. So if the user follows a slant, then we'll look to this left side. So if the user follows this post, let's say he goes that way, then we'll just look to this side. So that's all you're pretty much doing, and you're forcing your opponent to have to zone drop and worry about it, and you're setting them up. So this isn't a every down play. This is just a, you know, switch up play to see if you're staying true in your coverages. So again, this really flourishes in man coverage as well. Now, it's not the most preferred setup. It's normally against zone. You don't really want to run this against man. I'm going to show you better setups that people like versus man, and I'll get into that in a second. But it's still essentially the same thing, either a post or you're going to have X. And this is good because most of the time, if they drop a purple from, like, let's say they did... I'm trying to hurry up and get on with this because I don't want this video being too long. So if they did something like this, then sometimes that that hitch out there will actually pull down the purple, or that stop route will pull down the purple. So let's see if that we can get that happen. So what you're gonna notice is that you see how he pulls down, and we'll be able to throw that right there on the sideline. So that's why I said it's really glitchy. So if they're not putting, you know, zone drops with the purples, then you'll be able to throw that literally all day. But you essentially don't want to run it against man coverage. But if they happen to play man, let's see. I don't want to show match, but the same thing, same concept with match, because I want to get this video moving along. So now, second thing I want to talk about is the second setup. So with the second setup that most people do, they take circle, put them on a streak. They take X, they smart route his route, and then they take triangle and they put them on a flat route just like this. So this is what the play looks like. So the reason what you're looking for right here, you're looking bomb most coverages, not cover 3, but more so cover 2, and it does do a pretty good, decent job against man coverage as well, because this will be our man read right here. So again, we're going against cover 3 right here. So let's go and snap the ball, kind of show you why people like this. So you see R1's going to get open, of course, and then they do a nice route bounce, which people will love to do. But I'm gonna go into replay real quick and kind of show you what people are expecting and how, you know, how most pros are doing their read progression. So most of the time they're looking for the home run with this streak route, and you're gonna notice against cover 2 that you'll be able to throw this streak like inside for a touchdown. So if they see cover 3, right, they're looking to this right side. So normally they'll just take this right here, because this tight end route, this smart route or corner route, is going to drive back the curl flats, or if there's zone dropping that curl flat, we'll be able to have that right out the backfield. Now if the user, normally what they'll do is they'll look to see if the user, okay, is the user going to go fly over here, or they're going to kind of sit on this streak just like he is, and if they are, then we'll just hit this route right here. And the reason they put a flat route, because some coverages, if they're zone dropping, sometimes you can have this right out the gate, depending on what they're doing with their coverages. You'll be able to just lowball this right there. So I did need to make sure I go over that with cover 3, but most people will try to use this for cover 2, and if they feel like you're doing something funny with your coverage shell. So like if you're playing like a crazy cover shell where you're not really covering deep, then this is where they'll kind of come to that to look to you know, make you pay for trying to be cute with your setup. So again, this is mainly for a cover 2 bomb. I'll show you that here. Normally you'll be able to split the safety. I'm gonna try to spy somebody. Hopefully I have enough time to be able to show you. So you see right there how we'll be able to have that right there. That's what most people are looking for when they do this setup. They're looking to see if you're playing cover 2 and if you're going to put a middle read. But if that's not open for whatever reason, so let's say you did something like this, right? So let's say you did something like that, and then let's set this up real quick. Boom, and look at that, it's already, oop, that did the wrong thing. There we go. Boom, we're already set up. So hopefully I don't get hollered at. So what you're going to notice is that sometimes we'll have square right there after that extremely too late, or we can take the running back flats, or if they're not zone dropping right, you actually can pass lead X up the field, which I don't really recommend. But you can also run this play against man coverage. And the reason why is because you want to be able to hit X on this smart route. So if they're dropping purples, just like this is when most people come to this style of setup. So again, they'll take him, put him on a streak. Hopefully I don't get hollered at, so I'm going to spy my lineman right there. And then let's go and snap the ball. So what they're going to do is they're going to wait for him to get right there, and then they're going to pass lead that up the field just like that. Now, normally you don't get a bad animation like that, but that's essentially what they're going to do. And they're looking for pretty much the home run play. Now, again, I'll show you that again so you know it's not fluke. And like I said, you may have noticed somebody did this to you, but you didn't really understand why. But yeah, that's why, because of just how you can do Madden, just so how you can bomb man coverage in Madden if they put purples. But the thing is, you just need to make sure you have the right matchup. So hopefully I don't get hollered at right here. So you just want to wait for them to pass up the purple, and then you'll be able to get a nice little animation just like that. That's what most people are looking for when they play man coverage. So again, that's pretty much going to be I believe that's everything that's meta right now out of the, oh no, hold on, I almost forgot about curl flat, Jesus Christ. So with curl flat, this one's just simple. I put it out I put it out a little bit a little while ago, but it's still the same concept. Most people just take X, put them on a streak, take triangle, put them on a drag route. and they'll take square and put them on a streak, and they'll run it just like this. And the reason why they run it just like this is because they want you to go chase circle, and then there a lot of times they're going to hit R1 right there just for a nice little dot. Now I will show you that the right side read will get open as well, or some people just quick snap it. With curl flats you can quick snap it, yes, but to me I feel like it's a lot better if you take X, put him on a streak, and then you take square, put him on a streak, take triangle, put him on a drag just like this. And I believe this is a far better setup because it has an easy read to it. So again, I'm gonna show you this right side with cover 3. And again, this video is probably gonna last about maybe 3-4 more minutes, and then I'll be out of here. So right there, as you can tell, cover 3 is gonna do a nice job of getting dotted up. So again, here, let me show you cover 2, just show you what that looks like real quick. I'm gonna spy somebody. Let's go back to curl flat. Here we go right here. And then also, while I'm doing this, make sure you watch this running back and this left side read, because you can always still have that, even though I haven't thrown it. You see, I could have threw R1 right there in that gap, but again, you can tell it's getting wide open because zones are going to get sucked down. So here, let me actually show you the running back route. And if they put a spy on the field, that's the only thing you got to be worried about with the running back route. Just make sure you take your time and make sure you just kind of move the pocket. And I'll show you that here in a second. So if I know they're putting a running back route, I may drift this way, and then I'll throw that right there, so that way the spy doesn't actually pick off the running back pass. So let's take a look at man coverage, because this is where I like running this play, and this is where you'll see people run this play at for curl flats, because of that angle route by the running back is so nice. So again, take triangle, put them on the drag, boom, just like this. And if they're playing man coverage, what I suggest, just take him, put him on a drag, and actually motion him across. So now we're actually going to have a clean read. We should have a 3-way read, so we can have triangle potentially, we can have circle, and you could tell we can have R1 right there. So that's why people really love running those 2 plays, and you can honestly dominate with just those 2 plays, because those 2 plays by itself are just extremely powerful. So that's going to wrap it up for this one. Like I said, I just wanted to go over the meta setups, just the meta setups. Now in part 2, I'm be going over about 2 plays that I really love. One of them is going to absolutely destroy any type of man coverage show that they play, and the other coverage is going to dot up any zone coverage that they play. So you essentially can have a nice scheme with just 2 plays, again, just like I gave you here. But like I said, that'll wrap it up for this video. Drop a like if you do enjoy this kind of content, but I hope you have a blessed day. I'm Ray Jarrell, and I'm out.